Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Louis. Today is April 8th, 2025, and welcome to the Real GS News Channel. Hey guys, God bless to every single one of you. If you can, hit that thumbs up and share the video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I just received my notifications, so it seems like it's working. All right, so guys, we have some very important news coming out. I just read this article that is extremely important for many Americans here in America. 300 plus million Americans are gonna see something pretty soon once Donald signs the well he did sign a tariff. So midnight tonight midnight is going to go into effect. We're talking about China 104% tariff. Um, China just retaliated and they put out a few lists here. One of them is banning chicken. So we, America, we send live chickens to China. And China butchered the chickens and they put them in a bag and they send them back to us. And so we get them back, and Walmart sold the chicken, or all this other grocery stores, Target and all that. They sell the chicken. And it seems like China is not going to be taking our chickens anymore. Um, that's one thing that bothers me a lot is that why are we sending live chickens to China? Why are we sending live chickens? Again, for those of you that tuned in, we're gonna get hit really hard on this poultry. All right, so we don't buy a lot of. Again, when it comes to food, we don't buy a lot of food from China. I just spoke to someone in Publix. Publix is like one of those grocery stores. It's a big grocery store. I spoke to the manager about 40 minutes ago, and I asked him about the meat prices if it's gonna go up. He said no, our seafood is not going to go up because we get our seafood from South America. We don't get our seafood from China. We get our seafood from South America. But the meat is going to be, the chicken is going to be a big that we have here. We send them to China, right? And these chickens are alive. We send them to China. China, we send it to the factory, and what they do is they butchered the chicken. They butchered the chicken, and then they put them in a bag and seal them up, and then they send it back to us, and then we put them on shelves, and Americans buy the chickens, which is nonsense. Now, China said they're not going to be butchering no more of our chicken, and that's going to be a big problem because we don't have the factory here in America to butcher the chickens. So the factories are out there in China, and now a lot of chickens are not going to be butchered. Possibly the prices for the chicken is going to be high. It's going to be brutal when it comes to restaurants. Possibly Chipotle, or you have all these restaurants that sell chickens and meats and stuff like that. So it's really sad that we don't have a factory here. We might have a few, but not a lot. We don't have a lot of factory that butchers chickens. So here, again, I have like a nice farmland, and we have chickens, and I taught my kids how to butcher a chicken. So again, we have chickens and everything. We don't buy chicken from Walmart, and we grow our chicken. We have eggs and stuff like that. And I was taught as a little kid. My parents, my mom, also showed me all these things. But it's very important that you grow your own things. You get your own food. You start doing your own stuff. It's very important to you know, live far away from the city. I want to read this part really quick here. The reason why I'm saying live far away from the city, because that's another target too when it comes to war. All right, so New York and all that, all those areas is like number one target when it comes to World War III and stuff. All right, so I want to read this title really quick here. China reportedly planning at least 6 retaliatory measures against U.S. tariff. All right. So it says here, number one, retaliatory tariffs increases on U.S. agricultural products, including soybeans. Number two, this here is the big one. Number two is the big one. China suspending, excuse me, China is banning import of U.S. poultry into China. So they are banning import, which means that they're not going to be taking in our chickens. They're not going to be taking in our chicken. Now, give me a second here. So, with respect to number two, importation of poultry. This is big. Many U.S. chicken suppliers like Tyson, these big companies, have been sending shiploads of whole chickens to China to be butchered, packaged, and shipped back to the United States of America. All right, so these big companies, they send chickens, live chickens to China. So it could be butchered, packaged, and shipped back to the United States of America for sale. The old process factories that used to perform that work here in the United States of America are likely long gone. If China bans the import of poultry, then all that chicken cannot be processed almost immediately. Now, chicken shortages and outright zero stock for sale will erupt in supermarkets, in Walmart, Costco, BJ's, all those big supermarkets. Um, it will erupt in supermarket all over the USA. All right. So once again, guys, China also banned when it comes to like Hollywood movies. I guess pretty soon they're gonna be banning like all those U.S. movies and uh, the movie that's coming out at the theater and stuff like that. Um, so once again, number two is very important for me. Banning import of U.S. poultry into China. And you guys already know China has the factories. All them factories are out there in China. So I think it's important that Americans start learning how to, you know, butcher chicken and stuff like that. I know the vegans, people's gonna be happy. Oh man, we don't need chicken. We got vegetables. Here's the thing, guys. The Lord gave us animals, and a lot of these animals are meant for food too. Even the fish. Remember, Jesus fed the 5,000. He fed the 5,000, gave them fish and everything. Back then, they ate chicken and stuff. And but it's very important to learn how to, do your own thing. Learn how to, you know, uh, build a shelter. Learn how to get clean water. You need to learn how to do these things because I do believe these tariff is going to be the big one. We're going to be seeing a lot of stuff with these tariffs here. All right, give me a second. Number three, banning the import of U.S. films into China. Give me a second here. That's let me see. Give me a second. That's basically Hollywood. So China is going to retaliate. I do believe that a lot of it is going to be not accepting our food. So it just kind of bothers me how we send our food out there to China and then they clean it for us and then send it back to us. We paying them to butcher our chicken. That's how lazy we become. So, wow. So I wanted to bring this information up to you guys. So I've been going out to these, again, Walmart, not Walmart, to other stores and talking to these managers. And a lot of people that work there, they all told me that prices are not going to go up when it comes to food. The only thing that possibly going to go up is like certain items, like Dollar Tree items, which my wife said that the prices has risen from 125 to $1.50 now. So prices are skyrocketing now, and it's not even April 9th. So April 9th is the deadline. April 9th, once it hits midnight, these tariffs are activated. All right, so there will be some prices that's going to skyrocket. And small businesses, you have a lot of people out there, small businesses, who voted for Trump. They are not very pleased. They're not pleased with Donald. Some of these businesses are saying that they're paying extra money uh, to get certain items. And a lot of these items is coming from China. So, a lot of these people are not kind of pleased, especially small businesses. So, if they're getting an item that is $1.25, now it's going to cost them $1.75. So it's a huge profit they are losing. It adds up. So, um, but yeah, we're gonna see how all this plays out. Now you have more than 50 countries. 50 countries are willing to talk to Donald. The only one that's giving Donald a hard time is China. China is not gonna fold. And China is saying, look, we're not a third world country. You're not going to bully us. You slapped us with 104% tariff, well, we're going to slap you with 104% tariff. I guarantee, and then, guys, tomorrow, I guarantee China will slap us with 104% tariffs. So, yeah, we're going to see how all this plays out. But the seafood, again, from what I heard, I live here in the state of Florida. So I went to some of these places, and one of them told me that, seafood prices is going to remain the same because we don't get our stuff in China, we get in South America. Now, South America, they folded. They said they want to talk to us. They don't want the tariff problem. So South America is willing to work with us. So we don't get seafood from China. We don't get seafood from that region. Possibly maybe Japan, but most of our seafood comes from South America. Give me a second here. Let me just read some of your comments. If you can, guys, please share the video. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I'm just trying to give you guys the best updates about these tariffs. Um, but remember, Donald said that he was going to do this, and that it's going to be really tough time for a lot of people out there. So again, just be aware that this tariff is not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy for small businesses. Now, one thing that kind of bothered me about Donald, Donald said that the big companies are not going to, are not worried about the tariff. Uh, it, he, Here's the thing: the big companies, they multi-billionaire. All right, Walmart, that's a billionaire company. Target, all these big companies, they're billionaires. To them, it's nothing. But Donald, you need to understand, the small businesses are going to get hit hard, and a lot of them are not pleased, and many of them voted for you. So, yeah, it just, just be prepared. All right, let me read some of your comments here. And guys, like I said, I do have I do have a small little farm here, and I do butcher my chickens, and I taught my kids how to do it. And it's very important that if you if you live out in the countryside, I suggest people get chickens. All right. Again, my wife told me that the baby chicks are completely sold out. All right. People just buying baby chicks. Usually, if you go to like one of these tractor supplier, or if you go to like one of these Roller King, where they sell like all these like chicken feeds and bird foods and all this type of soil dirt. Uh, they have a lot of baby chicks, right? But it's completely sold out. Everybody's just lining up early in the morning to get these baby chicks. And the reason why, guys, is because number one, you'd save money with you know not buying eggs, and number two, again, you could butcher them, and they multiply and stuff like that. But again, Americans are just a lot of Americans are catching up with this. Prepper knows a lot about it too. Preppers, they stock up and everything. And give me a second here. I want to show you something really quick, guys. If the connection goes off, uh, again, I will come back to the truck. I'm just gonna show you some of my chickens really quick here. This is what we have. These white ones are the one that we butchered. That one there is like an easy 9 pound. I mean, that's a big one. That's a big one. That's gonna be my next one that I will butcher. And this one here is the one that lays the eggs. Got some more all the way down there. So I have a separate chicken coop where I keep like the those those white chicken. They call it the white faithful or the faithful something. Those are the one that we butchered. The brown ones and the other colors, we just keep them. They lay their eggs. We get like 18 eggs a day, and I'm just trying to try to help you guys when it comes to just living off the grid, because I do believe the supermarket eventually is gonna see something pretty soon, and people need to start preparing when it comes to food. You need to start preparing. You cannot just rely on the supermarket. You need to grow your own food. You need to grow your own vegetables. You need to again learn how to you know catch a fish without using a fishing pole. You need to, again, all this stuff is on social media. You can find this on YouTube. And you need to start doing these things, because eventually when things hit the fan, when war breaks out, that's why they're telling those Europeans out there, those 450 plus million, that you need to stock up 72 hours items that can last 72 hours. You need to stock up. The reason why to say that is because when things hit the fan, you're on your own. You will be on your own. They're not going to help you. The gov is not going to rescue you. They're not going to be there for you. When WWE 3 breaks out, you are on your own. So that's why I tell everyone, that's why they're telling everyone to get your stuff ready. All right, give me a second here, guys. I want to read some of your comments really quick. The tariffs, what happened tonight, April 9th? Canadian Prepper posted a video last night and giving some very important updates about these tariffs. So check out Canadian Prepper. He did post a video. You got gold is going up, and all these currencies, stock market today, it seems like it went green today. So it's looking pretty good, but at the same time, it's not that great. We lost a lot. But Donald said not to worry, that things are going to get better. But again, the poor people are the ones suffering. So far, we're not suffering now. Everything's still looking good. But once midnight hit, there's going to be some prices possibly going up. Give me a second here. Someone said stop panicking. No one is panicking. As a watchman, my job is to urge to get people prepared. People need to go back biblical times. Back in the biblical time, people used to go out and just used to hunt for food and stuff like that. we got so used to this new society of supermarkets. So um, even ducks. Uh, yeah, for some reason where we live at, we can't get any ducks. I mean, we can, but sometimes these neighbors just, yeah, they complain a little bit. But yeah. Lewis, Tractor Supply is like that as well. What do you mean? Yeah, I just mentioned the Tractor Supply. A lot of Tractor Supply stuff, I do believe they come from China too, uh, which could get hit really hard. All right, so a lot of these things like fertilizer and lawnmower and all these stuff that they sell in Tractor Supply could get hit really hard. Um, Someone said, look at your ingredients. Yeah, the stuff that they put in food. Yeah, I mean, I don't trust my food going to China and for them to butcher my chicken and then coming back to America and then it just it's very disturbing. It is. A lot of people don't know that our chicken were being sent to China and the factory in China they butcher them, they package them, they send it back to the US and then it's being sold in Walmart. A lot of that chicken is being butchered in China. So it just a lot of people's not aware of it. Wow. And so rabbits. Yeah, my wife told me that was she want to get rabbits and also start again when it comes to butchering chickens and rabbits and stuff like that. I heard they are getting the jab there. Who's getting the jab? That's old story. I don't think they're doing that jab stuff anymore. So, but it might be true. Who knows? It might be true. Um, how you doing, Renee and Rachel? Thank you so much to the moderators. Dude, what's your shelter for your chickens? In the winter, it gets cold. They need heating. Oh, I live in Florida. Yeah, I live in the state of Florida. In the winter time, it's like I mean the lowest it gets maybe 45, but I have a shed. Inside the shed it's nice and warm and everything, and I kind of set everything up. So yeah, the chickens are doing great. I'm sorry guys, I'm just reading some of your comments really quick here. And I noticed, guys, I noticed something too that when I butcher my chicken, again, we cleaned it up and everything. And at first, my kids like, oh, I don't want to do this. But again, they get used to it. You got to teach your kids. You got to. Because when they grow up, they're going to learn. And that's how that's how it was even in Noah's time and Abraham time. And in those times, you got to teach the young ones how to hunt. You got to teach them how to hunt, how to catch a fish and all that. But I noticed the chicken that I butchered, it tastes amazing. It's just amazing meat, delicious. But when I buy meat from Walmart or when I buy them in BJ's or Costco, I mean it's not the same. It's not the same. The chickens again when you grow your own chicken, when you have your own land, when you get your chicken coop, when you feed them and let them grow for like 3 months or something like that, 4 months, and when you butcher them, again when you eat them, it just tastes different. It tastes healthy. I mean it's just amazing, the tender and everything. It's just great. And I noticed when I butcher my chicken, it's it's a lot heavier. It's big. It's massive. But the one in the store, for some reason, it's so small and tiny. So and again, guys, I do believe in China they possibly injected with something. Who knows? But yeah, it just I'm thinking about doing a live stream on showing you guys how to butcher the chicken. But again, this platform can be a little strict when it comes to that because again, you know, BLOOD and stuff like that and all that. But it's like, you know, cleaning a, you know, butchering a fish and stuff like that. But the platform, they have certain policy. TikTok allows you to do that, but YouTube is, it seems like YouTube is kind of strict. Military base will be number one. I live near a military base. I do. Every morning, around 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, I see like at least two of these big monster planes, and you know they have all these soldiers just dumping off the plane. They have parachutes, and it's amazing. You know, you go out there at 6 o'clock in the morning, cup of coffee, you see them doing their drills, and I seen back to back to back to back to back helicopters, and it seems like it's Black Hawk. Also, yeah, I've been seeing a lot of military activity here. I haven't seen any drones. You know, in New Jersey, they got all them drones and stuff like that. Uh, it's not happening here in Florida. But my wife says she saw a drone, and it was a big one, and it was like around 11 o'clock at night. But yeah, it just, yeah, we actually saw one, but I think it was a plane. My wife said that no, it's a drone, but it was yellow. Excuse me, it was red, white, and I forgot the other color. But it seems like it was a plane. But again, it was, you know, it was really high. But again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Tuned in tonight, midnight. Donald is going to, again, April 9th, the tariffs. And everybody's talking about the prices. Now, the one thing that kind of concerns me, and I got this video coming up. America just upgraded their nuclear weapon, um, and that video is going to be next. And they just replaced one of their old ones, and they just upgraded a nuclear weapon. And this one here is 24 times more powerful than what was dropped in 1945. You guys know in Japan. So the U.S. has upgraded to a super nuke. They call it a super nuke or something like that. The B1 something, and I'm like, oh boy. Hopefully they don't use that, you know, out there in the Indian Ocean. But that video is coming up next. Guys, make sure you share the video. Make sure you subscribe. I want to thank every single one of you for, you know, always being there since day one. I know it's, you know, it's been hard with these code words, but thank you so much again for your support. I really, really appreciate your support. Thank you so much, guys. As a watchman, I love doing this. I love working for God. And again, it's just, you know, it brings joy and happiness. Every time I do Bible study with the kids, I tell my kids, you know, Daddy's got to put the Superman cap on, uh, and, you know, go to work and share the news to many people. Give me a second here, guys. Someone sent a package, and my wife loved it. It's a spring sign for the garden. And thank you so much for those gifts, guys. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it, guys. I really appreciate it. Let me read some of your comments. Down in Alabama, what is it? Down in Alabama, has invested heavily in Brazilian mafia-based meat cartel JBS. I don't know what that means. I truly apologize. Talking about the cartels, guys, I just posted a video. Donald is planning striking these gangs using drones, and that information came out today. Now, the president of Mexico responded to Donald. She said that she's not going to tolerate any U.S. strikes on her country. She's again, she was very upset when Donald said that he's planning on using military drones to strike Mexico. So she responded and said, "We're not going to tolerate that here. You do not have the access to fire towards my country." What bothers me is, why are these people protecting these gangs? Why are they protecting these gangs? These are the gangs that had literally destroyed the lives of many. Here in the Sleeping Giant, more than 100,000 passed, gone in 1 year because of these drugs. And I don't know if you guys have been catching up with the news, but these judges, they are protecting these gangs too, these lawlessness. It's really sad. So Donald, what his job is, to stop the enemies, and that's what Commander in Chief do. They protect the American citizens and stop these lawlessness. But for some reason, these people that is in power are protecting the lawlessness. Why? The world that I know, if you commit a crime, you go to jail for it. There's consequences. You you go to jail. Again, you go to court, you get a lawyer, whatever, and depending on the judge and the court case and the evidence and this and that, you get time in prison for doing doing crimes. Committing crimes. But for some reason, when it comes to these people on the other side of the land, they get away with a lot of things. They do, and they're protected. They're protected in Mexico, and they're protected here. All right, give me a second. Someone say, "I don't care for deer." Deer. I'm sorry, I'm not a deer person. Where I live at, there's a lot of deers, especially like around 1 o'clock in the morning. I see a lot of deers, and I live in an open land. There's no buildings here. There's no buildings. You can see the stars at nighttime. So it's an open land, but I see a lot of deers, and I know a lot of friends that live up north that they hunt for deers and they eat them. And if they come here in Florida and see all these deers, they're probably gonna tell me, "Lewis, park the truck. Let's go hunting." They probably put the deers in my truck. So, but again, I don't like the meat. I don't like the smell of deer, the meat. I just can't. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't. My son came home. He's like, "I got a deer burger. You want some?" "Oh, no, no, no. Get that thing out of my face." Yeah. Um, Hello, everyone. For those of you that tune in, I have free water. I don't pay for water. It's a clean water system, and I don't pay for water here. So it's a well, and I got all that set up. Lois, have a great day, everyone. Have a great day. Much love and God bless. Thank you, Renee. God bless you. The battle is between good and evil. The battle is for your mind. Keep strong prayers. All right, guys. Do me a favor before I end this. Give this video a big thumbs up. Give this video a big thumbs up. Give me a second here, guys. I want to see if I could take you to the backyard, show you some of my chickens really quick here. The problem is, it might go dark because the internet, for some reason, it doesn't reach back there. So give me a second here, guys. give me a second here, guys. Hopefully, because every time I come here in the backyard, the Wi-Fi connection just goes down. I got my pit bull. He's really nice. He's really good with the chickens. All right, I'm just double checking there's no eggs. Usually they lay their eggs under here for some reason. Uh, all right, so other than that, it seems like they're doing pretty good. Um, so that's the one I'm gonna butcher pretty soon. That's a big one. That is a big one. That's a big monster. That there has to be a good 8 pound or something. That is 8 or 9 pound. That is a big one. I don't butcher none of these here. These are the one that lays eggs. So give me 1 second here, guys. Go ahead. The good thing about these chickens is that at nighttime, if I leave the chicken coop door open, they just go in at nighttime, and then I come out and just close the door. My pit bull's out there. So one thing I tell you, there's no coyote and stuff that comes into my backyard. So um, my pit bull was trained to take care of those chickens. So he take care of them, and yeah. Give me a second here. Someone's like, "What's going on? A few hours for what?" Tariff. Tonight, midnight, April 9th. Donald's gonna slap China with 104%. All right, and China said they're not taking in our poultry. What you got, Mikey?
What?
What you got?
There's only one pizza.
Oh no.
It is amazing.
No, it's all right. All right, love you, man. Um, so for those of you that tuned in, China is banning imports of poultry, meaning that we send our chickens, our live chicken to China. China butcher them and package them and sends it back to America and then sells it to us. I have no idea why they're butchering our chicken when we should be doing it ourselves. It goes to tell you that we are so lazy. Man, we are so lazy. But I'm just giving you guys some updates here. So tonight, April 9th, is going to be the tariff stuff that's going to happen. All right. So a lot of the stores here in Florida said that the seafood is not going to be impacted. The price is not going to be high because we got seafood in South America. Now, a lot of stuff we do get from China. Like if you go to Walmart or Dollar Tree or Dollar General, I mean, those stores there is going to see some prices. So forget about the 99-cent store, the Dollar Tree, and all that. They need to change their name. But yeah, those prices are gonna go up. The good old days are gone. Now Donald said he wants to bring these company back. But man, we're just gonna have to wait and see how all this plays out. But yeah. Anyway, guys, my next video, I'm gonna upload it in 40 minutes. America just upgraded the nuclear weapon, the super nuke. All right, so it's 24 times more powerful than what they dropped in 1945. And the reason why they're doing that, well, you guys already know the Mid East. You got Persia, Iran out there. So again, thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and thank you so much to the moderator. Tyson Foods and British owned. Really? Oh. Alright, so I live in Canada. This tariff war is getting out of control. It is. It is. If only countries could work together. Um, but again, I guess Donald's trying to bring some of these jobs back to America. But you got some Trump supporters that own small businesses. They're not pleased. I seen comments. I seen videos. A lot of these Trump supporter with small business. There was like, "Hey Trump, I voted for you, man, but I'm losing money. I'm losing money in the small business that I have. I used to pay $1 for this item. Now I'm paying $1.75." So Donald said the big companies are not getting impact. They're not feeling anything. But Donald, you need to understand this small business out here. The ones that is getting hit hard are the poor people, the poor and the small business. But again, we're just gonna see how all this plays out. Give me a second here. Thank you, Rachel. Someone said. Um, I noticed too. Yeah, China owns Smithfield. China owns a lot of farmland here in America. Someone said doing all this for the reset, possibly. Someone say KFC human meat. I mean, again, I mean, when I butcher my chicken, the meat tastes different. You go to KFC, it's a whole different ballgame. Alright guys, I'm going to end this video. My phone is on 10%. Thank you so much for watching. Please share the video. Before y'all leave, give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, later.